Okay, first thing we want to look at when we're getting ready to start writing essays are some quick do's and don'ts. And they're right here on this chart, which you've clicked on by following the link. The first thing you want to do is make sure you understand the question. So often people skip through, they write a great essay, but it's not answering the question. If someone walks across a dance floor and they ask you to dance, and you talk about how you like pizza, that's a really awkward moment. That person's expecting an answer. You can say yes, you can say no, but you can't talk about other random things. And that's the problem that can sometimes happen with essay writing. Use a graphic organizer. There's a link that we'll go through next that talks about an appropriate graphic organizer. And depending on the essay question, sometimes the kind of graphic organizer you want to use will change. Graphic organizers might be a Venn diagram, they might be a chart. Most commonly, we will use a chart. Don't decide that that's lame, you don't need that, graphic organizers are a waste of time. None of that is true. Using the graphic organizers, doing the pre-writing that we'll talk about, makes you a better writer, makes you a faster writer. It will not take extra time, it'll make you more efficient. Again, as part of the pre-writing, do write an outline. Do not imagine, as it says over here, that you are a better writer when you just kind of get in the zone and have a little Zen moment and you just start cranking out the writing. You are not better. You are better if you plan it. You are better if you look at that plan, refine that plan before you start writing. Everyone is a better writer using that method. Please do use references outside of your personal experience. That means expert opinions, that means data, research, facts. Do not compare major historical events to your own personal experience. As a history teacher, I can't tell you how many times I read essays or hear students say things like, geez, the Holocaust really reminds me of that time that my dog died. That's offensive. Don't do that. There's nothing in your experience that compares to slavery in the American South, that compares to the Holocaust during World War II. We need to understand it. As a citizen, you need to understand how these things happened and how they can happen as a historical force around you, but they don't compare to the time you felt real sad. These things are of a different kind. So use examples that are not from your personal experience in this writing. Be specific. Do not use words like thing, stuff, some. Do not be vague. Use specific data. If you go to the doctor doesn't say that thingy in your ear seems to be hurting, has a boo-boo. No, the doctor talks about the bones in your ear, the muscles in your body, and they use specific language and specific data to talk to you about what you have that might be wrong. And so intelligent writing is specific writing. And last, and in many ways most important, be assertive. I can't tell you how many times I read essays in which very intelligent students who know what they're talking about introduce ideas with, I think this, I believe that, may have, could have, might have. No, be assertive. I would rather have you tell me that Christopher Columbus sailed across the Atlantic Ocean on a pterodactyl and say it forcefully and be wrong than to say, geez, I think maybe could have, he had a couple of ships, I don't know, they might have been the Santa Maria, could have been the Pinta. That kind of writing is just so weak. I want you to develop a strong voice, be confident, project confidence in your writing. You're the expert when you are writing, and you want to project that attitude. So these are some of the early do's and don'ts. You will find as I go through and make comments on your essays, these would be the first wave of things that I would comment about. And we want to improve from here and make sure that we have these first initial bases covered.